Good morning. It's a beautiful Saturday morning. We are at B-Shape Fitness, eating a solid session this morning, and going to need my Vaso Drive from Star Farmer as my pre-workout, guys. Insane pumps, insane performance. But obviously, I'm trying to add a bit more size and more performance. So I'm adding to it our Pro Sauce from Star Farmer as well. It's got your 4 different types of variants of carbohydrate sources, guys. And everything you need for optimal performance, not just in muscle building, but if you are an endurance athlete, if you are doing CrossFit or any type of endurance sports, the Pro Sauce is amazing to be used for as a pre-workout, intra-workout, as well as a post-workout. And you can use it with your other supplementation as there is no flavoring in it. So guys, again, amazing for strength, muscle, endurance, pumps, and to keep you anabolic and not to go catabolic and lose muscle. So that's sorted. But before I'm going to put in my water, my Pro Alpha Draw, again, Star Farmer, guys, we need to keep anabolic for this session and also release as much nitrogen retention as possible inside the muscle for optimal strength and size. And then my Pro Vaso test to keep my testosterone levels as optimal as possible, but at the same time also a great vasodilator. So amazing to get oxygen through the body. So that means today's back, hamstring, and rear delt session is gonna kill. So 1 tablet over here with 1 capsule. Boom. Guys, need any information, please contact me. Direct message me on our Instagram page. B-Shape Supplements, Namibia. Or you can just direct message me directly and I will assist you. Let's go. Let's get his tablets in first because it takes about 15 minutes to kick into 30. Now, let's pour this baby in. Want to get his pre-workout in, guys. And just so by the way, this Lush lychee mango flavor tastes phenomenal. Especially for me, that's a sweet tooth. So let's shake this up. Also in our BNS shaker, guys. And if you're not noticing, I'm wearing our Muscle Mafia apparel. Don't just look great in normal lifestyle clothes, but great to train in as well. Let's just shake this up. Give it 15 to about 20 minutes max. And then we'll start hitting the session. So one thing I noticed when using any carb drink or adding any carb sources to your pre-workout or intra-workout, don't use cold water. Otherwise, any carb source starts, it doesn't dissolve properly because of the pure carbs. But if you use your normal temperature water, it dissolves very easily, especially if you're like me and if you get something in your mouth, it's not lacquer. So shake it up properly. Perfect, let's go. As I said, this lychee flavor, guys, tastes phenomenal. So I'm gonna go finish this up. We give it about 15 to 20 minutes. We're gonna get a session. What do I say about it? Boom, let's flex it out. So guys, as I mentioned, we are going to be hitting 1 solid back, rear delt, and hamstring session today. The reason for that muscle combination is because it's everything from the rear. So our back is going to be our primary focus, but our secondary muscles is going to be our rear delts. And because we have to get the hamstrings also out, as it's a weak spot of mine, I'm incorporating it because we are going to be doing deadlifts as well. So I will be incorporating stiff-legged deadlifts with the hamstrings, as we're already utilizing the rear delt as well as the hamstrings. Hence why I put that combination together. So we're going to be starting off on medium grip, low pulley rows. But as you see, I'm starting off very light, as we're going to be doing about 15 to 20 reps just to pre-exhaust the muscle, activate the slow twitch fibers, and then we're going to be increasing the weight. But let's first go put on that music. So guys will notice in all my YouTube videos so far, it's all raw taken, as I'm going more through the dynamics and explanations of the movements and the training and why it's important. So at the same time, not just to make content, but also to show you guys the right methods, or methods that you guys can apply, that has been working for me over the years as well as for my clients. So come and subscribe and see my journey. So like I said, the first set is very slow and controlled, not heavy, 15 to 20 reps, just to pre-exhaust the muscle and get all the slow twitch fibers activated before going over to activate the fast twitch fibers. That's more into muscle growth, hypertrophy, and performance. But I do believe in warm-up sets. And you see I control my movement, meaning 2 seconds in the contraction and about 3 to 4 seconds in the eccentric. And on the last rep, I will hold for 5 seconds into an isometric hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, an isometric hold is a lot like a plank. All the muscles in the back are activated, but no physical movement in the joints. So let's increase this baby now. As I mentioned, first set is just a warm-up. We are going to be doing 3 sets here. And in between, before we go over to our second back exercise, I will be doing 2 sets of hamstrings and incorporating that superset with rear delts. So we'll finish our main movement, and in between we will add our secondary and weak spot muscles. Let's go, guys. 60 to 90 seconds rest in between. As anything more, it's when you really go heavy and go more into the power and strength, but then you'll do less reps. Obviously, I'm trying to keep the tension on the muscle as much as possible to activate as much fibers for optimal growth. So on the third set, that's the final set, I usually will choose between 2 more intensify movements methods. So it will either be a drop set or it will be a rest pause movement. So now I felt at 12 reps that my muscles are quite activated, about 70 to 80% of it. So I won't increase the weight, so I won't do a drop set, but I will keep the weight here and I will be doing a rest pause, meaning 8 to 10 reps, slow controlled movements to reach that intensity, rest 10 seconds, and then push till failure, meaning till you literally can't anymore, getting all that blood flow and oxygen into the muscles to activate as much fibers and keep that intensity there so that we can activate for as much growth as possible you can. So guys, like I said, 60 to 90 seconds rest, and then we hit it again. As I said, put as much tension as you humanly can on that muscle. Let's rest 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And let's push till failure. And keep that same time and attention and control. Whew, that activated my back. So we just finished the first exercise. What is an isolation movement? We're going to be doing now over to hamstrings before we go over to our second back exercise. That will be a compound movement then. So guys, I'll see you on hamstrings. As I mentioned, in between our main exercises, we are going to be doing hamstrings in rear delts. So the first exercise I chose is lying hamstring curls for 2 sets. And the first set we're going to be aiming for about 15 to 20 reps. And then after the second back exercise, that's a compound, we will be doing a rear delt, as then the back is also nicely activated and the rear delt already pre-exhausted. After our second movement, that will be a compound. But now we focus on 2 sets of hamstrings, where the first set I do high repetitions, 15 to 20 reps, as I mentioned, to activate that slow twitch fibers. Then we increase the weight to a much heavier one, and we'll either be doing straight 8 to 12 reps, Now, hamstrings is one thing that I've noticed with your back poses when you're on stage and you're hitting that rear lat spread and back double bicep, that side quad where those hamstrings started to show, then you know you are on track. So I want to have a bit more volume and density and hardness also in my hamstrings coming to next year competing. Boom. Let's rest 60 to 90 seconds. Let's increase this weight by 10 kilos and try to get 8 to 12 reps on this next one. I must say, it's not always nice to or wanting to train on a Saturday morning. I'm seen as being a trainer and nutritionist for about 15 years now. You know, every morning, 5 o'clock, I start seeing clients till about 10, 11. And then you still have to force your session in, still being in the same environment, and then seeing again clients from afternoon till evening. So I love what I do, but you don't always have the motivation you want to push, but the discipline and the wanting, your why to wanting to succeed is so much stronger that discipline will always be there. As long as you show the commitment, you apply the action, guys, the results will show. Just no matter how you feel, how depressed, how demotivated, how tired you are, keep showing up to what you need to do, and I promise you the results will show. So we increase the weight as I mentioned. Let's aim for that 8 to 12 reps now. Still focused, nice and controlled. As you see in the eccentric movement, I'm controlling the movement down. Woo! Guys, let's go to back number 2. We're over to our second back exercise movement, as the first one was isolating, just to pre-exhaust the back before we're hitting a more compound movement. And before we came here, we did 2 sets of hamstrings. So after this, the next 3 sets we'll be doing on the compound back movements that I chose, the bend over Smith machine. The reason I choose the Smith machine and not the free weight is because with me, slightly my hips are misplaced and out of alignment. So I've got more control over my movement when I'm using the Smith machine to engage on the muscles that I want to fully engage on. And then after this 3 exercise, I will be doing a rear delt movement for 2 sets before we go over into the third exercise that I'll be doing an isolation movement on the back again. So guys, we are choosing overhand bend over rows. Always make sure slight bend in your knees, back straight. We're not going to go very high reps. The goal is 6 to 12. I always do the bench supported rows, but for today, I want to have some variation and just to shock the back as well. Whew. Oh, I felt that one. And I don't think I will increase it on the second set. I'll definitely increase it on the third set, the weight. But then I will be doing a rest pause where I will keep it for 1 more set on this weight, as my Smith machine is also a bit much heavier than your usual commercial, as it's made for strongmen and rugby players. So meaning the attachments and the bolt much heavier, and the bar as well much heavier. Whew, I'm out of breath. But I'm definitely starting to feel the pump though. Okay, let's go. So again, I only managed 10. So I don't think I will be increasing the weight, but I'll rather be keeping it the same so that my form doesn't go, and I'll just be doing a rest pause, meaning increase the intensity on the muscle. Let's first rest a bit. You can feel that movement is catching me. So now competing since a junior, I started off as a welterweight, moving up, obviously past the 90s, going into junior under 23s, bodybuilding being between 90 and 100 kgs on stage. And then after that, I haven't competed for 5 years and starting competing again at the age of 25, but going into the physique category. Obviously did very well, won my physique lineup, moved me over to muscle model, won my muscle model lineup, but then taking away my division, I thought going into classic will be a good step above that, as it's still in the shorts, still showing the legs, but looks like classic wasn't mine. Moved me to bodybuilding. Now to transition into being in physique, you know, you need an X frame and hardness, but now in bodybuilding, you also need an X frame, but more muscle volume, more muscle density, more of, you know, the overall volume of certain spots needs to be bigger compared to where it is physique competitors that separates you from that. So I think I did good this year, but now transitioning into it for next year, I think I will definitely get the weak spots out that I need to. Hence why I'm doing more compound movements into my back to add more thickness and muscle density to the body. Now let's hit a rest pause. So we finished our second exercise of back. That was bend over rows, overhand grip. Now we're going to be doing 2 sets of rear delts. First set, nice high reps. Again, like I said, why I'm doing back and rear delts with the primary muscle activation of back is because it is everything on the rear. So rear delts will be incorporating in the back movement and slight hamstrings when we are going to be doing deadlifts. Let's rest 60 to 90 seconds and let's increase that weight to a 7.5. Now, you don't want to go too heavy on rear delts as it's a very small muscle. You rather want to work on those repetitions as we want to keep the tension on the rear delt at all times. It's almost time to take the shirt off as I am getting pumped and warm. Okay. So guys, we're going to go over to our third back exercise now. That's going to be an isolation movement again. So we are going to be doing underhand grip lat pull downs. And after that, we will be going back to another hamstring movement for another 2 sets before we're going back to another compound on back. Let's go for it. So guys, we're over to our third back exercise, and we're going to be doing underhand grip lat pull downs. Now the first set, just nice high repetitions, 15 to 20, and then we will be increasing that weight. And the last rep here, let's go for a 5-second isometric hold. And let's pump it out. Let's definitely increase that weight with another 10 kilogram per side. Again, we are going to be doing 3 sets. Second set, we're going to try to keep the reps between 12 and 15. And the third set, we will do a rest pause again. Definitely need to get some posing in. Okay. Let's go for that second set, guys. Keep that focus. Nice and controlled. Time and attention. Okay, I felt that one. I think I'll definitely keep the weight there. On the third set, we'll be doing a rest pause. So 8 to 10 reps, nice and controlled. Rest 10 seconds and push till failure. My back is feeling pumped. Let's get some water in. So guys, our third set, let's tackle that rest pause. Rest those 10 seconds, forearms are killing me. 3, 4. And let's go till failure. Woo! Definitely felt these pull downs. The intensity is getting real now. Pump is getting real. So guys, before we go over to our fourth back exercise, that's going to be another compound movement. We're first going to be doing another hamstring. And the next hamstring movement is going to be dumbbell stiff-legged deadlifts. And then we're going to be going over to our fourth back exercise. Let's go. Whew, guys, I am feeling this session. So we're doing our 2 sets now of hamstrings again. And as I said, we are going to be doing dumbbell stiff-legged deadlifts. So then we are not just engaging the stretch and the contraction in the hamstrings, but we're also working the erector spinae muscle, going all the way from the hip up into the spine. Woo! Let's definitely increase this weight. Let's rest 60 to 90 seconds. Increase the weight up to the 20 kilo for the second set. And then our 2 sets of hamstrings, stiff-legged deadlifts. Now we're going to be doing 3 sets deadlifts. My aim is only to get 6 to 8 repetitions. Definitely going to increase the weight. And then before we move over to our final back exercise after this, we are going to be doing another hamstring and rear delt movement, 2 sets each, as an in-between before going over to our last movement of back, and it will be an isolating movement. So I've increased this weight slightly, not too heavy. So I definitely think I will be leaving the weight over here, as I think on my third set I'll only be able to get 3 to 6 reps, as my back is already pumped and exhausted of all the training since starting the session. So let's just get our breath back. We rest our 60 to 90 seconds. That was probably almost done. Let's go, let's go. Deadlift is one thing, one exercise that does not just take a physical toll on you, but mentally as well. So guys, let's go do our last hamstrings and rear delts before we're eating our fifth and final back exercises. So guys, we're back at hamstrings again, lying curls, because in total I want 4 sets of lying with 2 sets of stiff-legged, and we're also going to be doing another 2 sets of rear delts, so we can have 4 in total. As I mentioned, your rear delts and your hamstrings are a big part of the back and the whole anatomy. Let's rest 60 to 90 seconds. Increase the weight again. We'll be doing a rest pause, meaning 8 to 10 reps, rest 10 seconds to failure, as the body obviously is warm, the veins are running full of oxygen, the performance are there, you can feel still the drive from the pre-workout, and you know, with combination of your super alpha drill, just to activate that nitrogen levels in your muscles, and that's what gives me the strength and the performance that I need to push through. Ratio 10 seconds. 2, 3. I think I might anyway just be able to get 2 to 5 reps, as the body is already exhausted. Let's force another one. So guys, let's go over to that final back exercise, and then we'll finish off on that last 2 sets of rear delts. Let's go. So we are over to our final exercises on back, and it's going to be both isolation, as I'm going to be supersetting the next 3 sets of wide grip lat pull downs with cable lat pullovers. Now the first round, guys, let's just start nice and light. Just work on that repetitions. And we're going to superset this with cable pullovers. I'm definitely feeling this back. Let's increase this weight, guys. We definitely add and then we add another 5 kilo per side on that lat pullovers. Okay, let's try to get those 8 to 12 reps. Pump is definitely real. On that last and final third set of the year, I will be going lighter on the cable pullovers, as I don't want to drop the weight on the lat pull downs, as I think that weight contraction is perfect, 8 to 10, and go slightly lighter on the pullovers, and it's about 2 to 4 more reps to get that blood flow and oxygen. Let's just rest our 60 to 90 seconds. As I said, the pump is definitely there. So the goal is to keep the tension on the muscle as much as possible and to keep the engagement on the muscle we're trying to target. Let's do a bit of posing. Let's check this back out and see if the pump looks as it feels. Not to lie to myself, but a pump definitely feels as it looks. But we'll see on the camera now.